far will I go to destroy him?
The developers of Batman Arkham Shadow did a elongated question and answer video on YouTube. You can check it out, look at the link down below. But they talked about a lot of what Arkham Shadow will be gameplay-wise.
Yes.
For gliding, all the players need to do is hold down the triggers while they have their arms up here, and they're basically grabbing the cape of Batman, and then they use it to influence the trajectory that they're doing as they glide over different distances. It feels really, really terrific.
What I liked about it is the head guy was being interviewed by one of his employees, and he kept saying his full name every time he responded to him. So here is a montage of every time he said his full name.
My name's Matt Walker. I'm a producer. What do you think, Matt Walker? Let's just demonstrate it physically. Matt Walker. And what do you think, Matt Walker? Matt Walker. Well, what do you think, Matt Walker? When I'm feeling down, Matt Walker.
I'd never picked that up. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, okay. So the biggest apprehension you and I had
Yes.
about Batman Arkham Shadow is the fighting. Because originally when the first screenshots came out, it was a picture of a bad guy and he had a 1, 2, 3 circle on it. And we were like, is this a rhythm fighting game? And basically the developer was like, listen, I know you want to know about the fighting, and I'm here to assure you that it was inspired by Beat Saber.
Great. Everyone's favorite Batman game is Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Beat Saber really unlocked the combat of the game. Probably the closest inspiration for as it relates to how we executed on combat, bringing the Arkham combat into the game.
So it sounds like it literally will be some kind of rhythm-based fighting.
Great. This is what concerns me, though. I played Assassin's Creed VR less than 6 months ago.
Yep. Nexus, right?
Yeah, that's right. The sword fighting in that looked very similar, where they had icons showing you where you had to place your sword at a certain time. I found that very unintuitive, especially when compared to existing combat games like Blade and Sorcery.
Yeah.
I am not excited for that if that's how it feels.
Just when you think you're about to take out the guy, you get that counter marker, right? Depending on what angle they're coming at from behind you, whether it's on the right side or the left side. Put your hand up there. If you get a successful counter, we then snap you over to the next enemy that you can then start fighting and continue your combo meter as you're building up your combo meter to be able to perform a special combo.
So the way he described it was you can basically launch yourself towards an enemy and do a combo on them, is what he said. He stood up to do this, which was weird. But you can do a combo on them and then launch over to another player and then do another combo. But also, interestingly, they said there were a lot of gadgets for you to use.
Cool.
So they were saying you'd immediately grab a smoke bomb, for example, smoke them out, and then start attacking them.
Yes.
So it does sound like it's not all just rhythm stuff. It sounds like you got a lot of options.
So you grab the smoke bomb out of your from your gauntlet, throw it down on these unsuspecting enemies, glide down onto them.
I think what they're allowing you to do using this rhythm system is emulate the versatility of Batman's combat in the Arkham games. You were able to, at any point, pull out a batarang or do your cape thing or jump around and all that kind of stuff. So if it's like, you know that the time is now to attack and you can select how you're going to attack, maybe this is the best way to illustrate that in VR.
And it wouldn't be an overview of a Batman game if they didn't say it makes you feel like Batman.
Our game is just players becoming Batman. It allows you to feel like you're just more like Batman. And it just reminds you that you are Batman. Even more so, it reminds you that you are the Batman.
If it made me feel like Batman, I would have the game already. It would be developed by Wayne Tech, and it would be developed by me, and I'd be playing it.
Yeah, does it make you feel like a millionaire that beats up poor people?
Yeah.
Like
It's going to make me feel like a millionaire that can dance, at least. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, it has to be experienced to fully understand like how cool and how immersive and just how next gen it all feels.
All right, the other thing he wanted to talk about was the length of the game. They said they took Arkham Asylum as sort of where they wanted runtime to be. I had a look at how long Arkham Asylum's runtime is. It's about 11 hours. I think that's a pretty good length.
It depends. Depends on how fun the dancing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. It sounds like there's a lot of stealth and walking around. They quoted a certain scene where he walks into a hallway and you get the shadow cast along the room. So it sounds like they are trying to make it a little cinematic and some of those iconic comic book and cartoon iconography into the game.
They mentioned my favorite of all the Arkham games, which is Arkham Oranges.
Arkham Oranges?
Yes, it's the best game that's come out of that franchise as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, big fan. That was where that shot came from.
It's definitely something we considered, but in Arkham Shadow, we don't have alternate costumes for Batman.
It sounds like, if anything, these guys are super passionate about Arkham games.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that of anyone, they've got this game. I don't know if it'll be good or bad, but at least we got people who care.
You and I didn't play Iron Man VR, which is the last game that they made.
No.
I didn't play Arkham VR, which wasn't made by this studio, but you did?
I did play it, and they brought it up in the interview, and they were basically basically like we took that as a huge chunk of where the bar needs to be because that game visually is incredible.
It looked really good.
But you don't get to do a lot of
No,
Batman
no.
stuff.
It was real early when VR experiences were the thing and stuff, and it was a AAA like cash-in for VR, so I can't put that past them.
It is a AAA experience.
Yeah.
It's not a game.
I was really down on the idea of licensed VR games early in VR, and Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which they mentioned in this interview, was one of the best VR games that I've played.
Yeah.
They also referenced Resident Evil 4 VR, which was apparently made by the studio that made the Arkham side-scroller that they mentioned in that video as well.
Yeah, that's
So, like, they're interacting with a lot of developers that have a passion for VR and also a passion for previous games in the Arkham franchise. And so I think that this is a really good mix. It should be good.
Yeah. So they're going to be showing actual gameplay in a trailer at Gamescom coming the 20th of this month. So
Yes.
just over a week away for us, but maybe less if you're watching this video, so we can check that out.
Yep.
But it really sounds like they're passionate about the game. These
Yes.
are developers that care about Batman.
Yeah. I'm going to have to come over to your place to play it because it's on Quest 3 exclusive. I do not own a Quest 3.
Yeah, I got a Quest 3, you got a Quest 2.
If you would like me to own a Quest 3 and complain about the game, subscribe to this podcast. And then we can get ad revenue.